welcome. This guy has been on so many late night shows. He's been on a Late Late Show with James Corden. Please welcome Perry Kurtz.
Good evening. Can everybody see me where you're seated?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you can see me. Like my jacket?
Yeah.
Last week, an actual friend said from the side I look like a baked potato with shoes. Bedazzling. Thank you. It wasn't easy gluing all these things on here. Thank you, sir. Well, welcome to the show. I will be your host. And in case you don't know, this is a comedy show. So this side of the room will be laughing, and you'll be staring at me like fish. That's great. So we want you to try and enjoy yourself. Now, remember, there are going to be comedians up here. They're going to be trying out new material. Occasionally, they may be politically incorrect. So if you're going to be offended by any of the language or anything like that, get the fuck out right now. That's all I can tell you. Now, my name is Perry Kurtz. That's Perry as in Perry Como, Perry Mason, Perry Ellis. Now there's Katy Perry. You've heard of her. She's a woman. I'm a man. Don't make me prove that. I proved it last week. She looked down and said, "Oh, you're Jewish." That was the first dick joke of the evening. It's going to be a lot of dick jokes. Comics love dick jokes. You can always tell a dick joke because they stick out in a comics act.
Don't tell me.
And we slip them in as much as we can. And when it comes to dick jokes, people eat them right up. But I'm glad you guys are here. Anybody feel the earthquake a little while ago?
Yeah.
Was that great? Was that amazing? How many people thought you were having sex when that was going off? How many people were having sex when that was going off? How many people used this hand? All right, over here. I knew you were. Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, we had the fireworks yesterday, and then we had an earthquake, and then we had more earthquakes, you know, and then the room was shaking because the producer just farted. So who knows what's going to happen next. I'm just going to wait for you to finish because you're the last one laughing, so it's all right. But you're so polite, she's actually covering her mouth. and I'm going to ask her husband, does she ever do that at home, cover her mouth afterwards? Well, you guys are taking this all the right way. So, this is comedy. Once you know that, we'd like you to laugh out loud if you can. It's very important to the comics that you do laugh out loud. That is our indicator. It tells us how we're doing. If a guy tells a joke and nobody laughs, he knows to either quit it, get rid of the joke, or change the subject. But if you laugh, we know you like what we're talking about. So what I want to do is find out a little bit about you. Just so you know, we can't really see anything but the first couple rows because of the lights. But we know you're out there. We can hear you breathing, and he just went, he's clearing his throat now. Just in case later. And again, all right, that's a three-peat. Are you all right? You better spit them out now when you can. Thank you. So I want to ask you some questions. If your answer is yes, I want you to make it sound very popular in the Deep South. Do we have anybody from the Deep South? Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi? Anybody from down there?
I'm from South Africa.
South Africa? No, that's actually part of Earth. The Deep South is another galaxy completely. I mean, you go down to Mississippi, there's so much inbreeding. I've met people who are their own parents. But they have a sound down there that they make when they're happy. They go, "Ee-haw!" So what I want you to do, if your answer is yes to any of these questions, I want you to go, "Ee-haw!" All right?
All right.
So we'll have a practice. On the count of three, everybody go "ee-haw" as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right, and you're very excited to be here, I can tell. I'm just glad you're out of jail. All right, remember, if your answer is yes, go "ee-haw." First question, how many people are here tonight for the first time? Okay. And how many people are seeing me for the first time? All right, and how many have never seen me before? I confused a couple people, all right. How many people are here tonight? You actually had to think about that. Are we here? I don't know. All right, how many really don't care at this point? And how many just don't give a shit? Okay, now I know what I'm working with. How many people in the past week have had sex? That was an awfully long delay. Awfully long delay. And then, of course, you two guys simultaneously. Surprise, surprise. Well, if you are going to have sex, please be careful. Right now, they're saying that AIDS has become so prevalent that you have a 1 in 100,000 chance of getting AIDS if you have sex without a condom. So I believe in them completely. I wear them all the time. Got one on right now. It's kind of neat because when I walk, it slides up and down, and it feels like I'm never alone. There we go. Until you guys make noise, I don't know where I'm going. I'm glad you're here. We got some new people here. Thank you for showing up. We're glad you made it. Before you got here, we were all naked, so you're going to have to catch up. She's going, all right, but not for free. I'm the same way. I don't take it off for free either. Although I was a male stripper for 4 years. And I'll tell you when it's a fucking joke, okay? See, I'm originally from Philadelphia. And a lot of people often meet me and they go, oh, you're from New York? And I go, no, I'm from Philadelphia. We still talk, but if I was from New York, I'd say talk. See, people in New York have this sound. They all sound like they got a sandwich stuck in the side of their mouth. How you doing? Good to see you. How are you? Now, do we have any New Yorkers here? Yeah. Couple New Yorkers? I'll make you feel at home. Give me your money. Yeah, so I'm from Philadelphia, so I have the East Coast accent. And I've always had it. I grew up in Philadelphia, and in 1974, I quit my job. I was actually an art director of a religious publishing house. And I quit the job and said, I'm going to be a comedian. And I've never had a day job since 1974. This is all I do to make money, is make people laugh. And it looks like it's over tonight. But that's all right. I love what I do. I get to go around and make people laugh. And I've worked in comedy clubs, and my name's on the wall at the Comedy Store. I've been on The Tonight Show and The Late Late Show and America's Got Talent. And right now, I have a Booking.com commercial out. It's still on. So if you see a Booking.com commercial, blue screen comes up, the words Booking.com comes out, and you see people looking at their phones. 22 seconds in, you'll see me dancing and spinning around. So that's on constantly, especially during sporting events. So I moved to San Francisco in '79 because I heard that was the place to do comedy. When I got there, my first close friend was a guy named Robin Williams. Him and I became best buddies, and we did hundreds of improv together, and it was just the nicest, coolest guy in the world. In 1982, I was having dinner with Bill Cosby, and I know what people say about Bill, and he was a little bit arrogant, and I do remember falling asleep during the meal. And when I woke up, there was a cigar in my mouth. Well, I think it was a cigar, and I fell back to sleep. But at that meal, I met one of my other new friends, a guy named Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. I became best friends with him. He was flying me to New York to work at his room, Dangerfield's, 4 times a year for an exorbitant amount of money. And he would tell me, don't bring any money, I pay for everything. So I, first class, limo from the airport, stayed at a beautiful hotel downtown if I wanted food. I was having filet and shrimp and lobster tail for breakfast. Yeah, for 5 days in a row, just because I could. So I got to work with him and some other comics, and since then I've known just about everybody in the business. And I'm just happy that I'm able to do what I love, and that's what's important. I'm not making a lot of money, but I'm doing what I love, and that's the most important thing. If you enjoy something and you can make any kind of money at it, pursue that. Study it, be the best you can, and do what makes you happy. You know, that's what's most important. Now, I know you guys, you masturbate a lot. I don't know if you get paid for that, but daily, all right. Are those the hands you use? He's so proud, this guy. You're cool. What's your name? Any idea?
Ed.
You're Ed? All right, Ed the head, and who's your boyfriend over here?
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie. Oh my God.
Hey, don't say it out loud.
No, it's a curse in this town.
Put this on YouTube.
No, because I want to keep my career. Ed and Eddie, the retarded twins. It's good to have you here. And so good to see you back in men's clothes again, and I really mean that. But I've been fortunate. I'm still doing what I love. And now I've moved away from the comedy clubs because the money is terrible. People are not going out like they used to. When HBO came out and Comedy Central, people are looking at comedy on TV and go, this guy sucks. Why am I going to pay for it? So they stopped going out, and the comedy clubs dropped their money. So now, for the past 12 years, I've been entertaining senior citizens, older people. I don't like to say old because that sounds like it's at the end. Older, which means they're still getting older. Most of them are around 80 years and up, and they are a lot of fun because they don't care what anybody thinks of what they have to say. And they say whatever they want, whenever they want. And they're having a lot of sex. If you look in the news, STDs are rampant in the senior homes because they're all doing it. And I had a couple in the back of the room, and they were making out. And I said, hey, you guys, could you calm down for a couple minutes? He goes, leave us alone. I said, well, you're just making out like teenagers. He goes, yeah. I said, are you in love? He goes, nah, we're just fucking. Okay, keep on going. So I do that, and they're a lot of fun. But sometimes they get weird. I did one show, and I had a lady, must have been 6 feet tall. She comes up to me sideways, like a crab walk, like John Wayne used to walk, like this. And she throws her arm around my head and says, honey, I love your comedy. I think it's great that you're this funny and you bring it to us. But listen, my husband's not doing really good. Why don't you come back and see me in about 6 months? And then she takes my head and pushes it sideways and kisses me on the lips really hard for 3 seconds. And I say 3 seconds because I heard myself counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and my teeth were hurting. She was just and she finally lets go and she goes, just remember, baby, I'll be here when you get back. I'll make you some chocolate chip cookies. I love you. And she walked away trying to be sexy, and it looked like this. And that, from what I hear, was a good day for her. So I'm happy I'm alive. I've also been married to the same woman now for 29 years in a row. Thank you very much. Consecutively. But we've been separated for 9 years, so I've been happy for the last 9 years, which is good. But when I met her, she had 3 kids that did not know their fathers back in 2000. And so I married her to specifically be a father to those kids. And now I have one of my own. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I'm 68 years old. Let me say that again, ladies. I'm 68, I have a 14-year-old daughter. Thank you very much. Yep. And she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She's a dancer. She's into K-pop. She's got all these moves. But people look at me and they go, well, you know, how good looking could your daughter be? You know, one guy told me on my birthday I look like a Chinese lesbian. So I do have a beautiful daughter, and nobody ever believes me, so I bring a picture of my lovely little Bella. This is my baby. Is that amazing? So I was leaving the house just as the earthquake hit. I'm getting in the car, and it's going back and forth. All of a sudden, she comes running out of the house. Dad, we're having another one. We're all gonna die. I go, you're gonna die if you don't calm down. And she goes, okay, what do I do? I said, just go back in, it's over. She goes, oh, okay. What if it happens again? I said, you'll call me, I'll be home in 30 minutes. What if I die before then? I said, don't call me. So anybody here with kids that you know of?
Yeah.
A couple people? All right. Well, we're going to keep the show going. We've got a lot of comedians, and I'm going to be up here sort of like a reoccurring nightmare. It's my job to keep you guys warmed up and let you know what's going on. By the way, if you need a bathroom, they're back here to the right. There's a men's room, and then to the left is ladies' room. Please lock the door. You don't want